Manchester United 2, Bournemouth 2, another draw at the Vitality Stadium. These are going to be your play ratings. We'll be talking about every single player in the game. We'll be giving you some stats as well going into the game, or coming out of the game, sorry. So in goal, Lammens. Now listen, this is crazy to say because he conceded 2 goals, but I genuinely thought he had a 7 out of 10. No, I'll give him a 6.5 out of 10 for his performance. I think there were a lot of moments in the game where he claimed crosses, took pressure off Manchester United, which I think was imperative. There was quite a few times as well where he made some very good saves. I think the crosses for me is something I've been very impressed about. He just claims crosses. There was a few from corners, a lot of crosses put into the box, and he just claims them so effortlessly. As I said, on the goals is a great penalty by Cooper Jr. and that goal from Christie is just caressed into the far corner. So Lammens didn't really save anything, but you look at the goals he prevented in this game. The one from Ryan was a great shot, and he made a great save to his near post. The shot from Christie, I know he didn't save it, but a good bit of fortune. As I said, there were chances in that game. As I said, goals prevented 0.54. He had an XG faced of 1.46. So yeah, I thought his passing was decent as well. He didn't need to act as the sweeper. Again, high claims, 10 recovery. So yeah, I think he's someone who had a decent game. Again, it's hard to say because he did concede goals, but I think he's someone who is just a decent keeper, and we've seen that again today, claiming crosses. There's a lot of things where I think if you have Onana in goal, a lot of them go in, so the ones I was happy with him today. Right back, Dalot for me, he had an average 6 out of 10 game. It wasn't anything special. He didn't get cooked by Adley at time. He didn't get cooked at all by Adley, in my opinion. He defended well against him. He didn't get forward as much. When he did get forward, his end product wasn't the greatest. So yeah, it's just a 6 out of 10 from Dalot, really. I think I expected more from going forward. But yeah, 6 out of 10. Now Lenny Yoro gets a 6 as well. I thought Yoro, 90 minutes played. He defended very, very well. Obviously, Maguire getting the sending off didn't help at all, but I thought he defended well. He made quite a few clearances, and he sweeped up when he needed to. It was just a 6 out of 10 performance, really. Maguire, listen, I think he was very, very good up until he obviously got the red card. He made a lot of good headers, clearances, tackles, interceptions. And again, he obviously had a part to play in the goal as well. But then he obviously goes and gets the red card, which I think it is probably a red card. He did pull him back. It is a denial of a goal scoring opportunity. So listen, up until he got the red card, it was probably a 7. The red card probably takes off 2 ratings, so I'd give him a 5 out of 10 for the minutes that he played. Obviously, that does mean he is suspended for the next game. Shaw, for me, I think Shaw had a decent game defensively. I think he was all right. Ryan has been one of Bournemouth's most informed players recently. He's a very technical player. He did get the better of him maybe 1 or 2 times, but for large parts of it, Shaw was very, very good. I think now, obviously, not him not being in the England squad is probably extra motivation for him to keep going in order so he can get into the squad. But yeah, I thought Shaw was decent in the game, if we're being honest. So I'll give him a 6.5. Into midfield, Casemiro played 82 minutes. I'd give him a 6. I think it wasn't anything special by Casemiro. I think the midfield did get overrun at times. He didn't have many chances from set pieces. He controlled the game where he needed to, made some good passes where he needed to. But all in all, I think Casemiro wasn't involved in the game as much. The midfield did get overrun a bit, so I'd give him a 6. Mainu as well. Again, if you look at the metric for Mainu's performance, it's just kind of like he just does the simple things right. He's someone who makes a simple pass, would do a long pass when he needs to, sweeps up, intercepts the play. I think he was just a 6.5 I'd give Mainu today. Now Bruno Fernandes, I think he did get credited with the assist, I believe. But we will have to wait and see. He does have 16 assists still and 8 goals. So on the Premier League website he was given the assist. On football he wasn't, so we don't know whether he got the assist. But the goal he scored, listen, it was a pressure penalty and he had to score it, and it was a great penalty in the corner. I think his overall performance was good. We get him into the game. He created a few chances in the game. He had a shot which was saved off the line by Petrovic, which I thought he could have done better on, but from the angle that it was alright. He was drifting out to the left, to the right at times to get onto the ball. But yeah, Bruno had a decent game. I'd give him a 7 out of 10 at max. He scores the goal that gets us the point. He puts a cross into the box. That gets us the second goal. So yeah, I'd give him a 7 out of 10. Now Matheus Cunha, I thought he was a 7 as well. I think he was on par with Bruno today. His performance was brilliant. I think he's a constant threat. The goal or the penalty that he won, which was brilliant. It's a great ball from Lammens into Cunha. He controls it, turns, and he's just someone who's got very good close control, and he wins the ball. And then he does it. You needed that bit of magic in the game, and it came from Cunha, and he won us the penalty, which is fantastic. But I think his overall performance was good because his defensive work rate was fantastic. I think if you look at parts in the game, you do see Cunha dropping back, and then you see sort of the positives in that, which is very, very good. Then you also have his attacking output, as I said, put a few crosses into the box. I think he's found that sort of move now where he goes on the outside, puts a cross into the box. Then that's something that's worked for him. So I'd give him, a 7 out of 10. Ahmad, listen, it's a clear penalty on Ahmad. I think his defensive work rate when we went down to 10 men was good. I think it's a clear penalty on him. It's a foul. I think that should be a pen. I don't know what the referee even looks at it and then decides not to give it. So I don't know what's happening there. But Ahmad was a threat, so I'd give him a 6.5. And Bournemouth, listen, he struggled in the attacking sense, but I thought his defensive work was fantastic. There were many a times, and not only in this game, in other games, where you find him in our box making defensive tackles and clearances. He's only put a hard work in for the team, but he didn't get the goal. I think that's 5 or 6 games without a goal for him, Bournemouth now. Hopefully in the next game he can get one just to get his confidence back, because he definitely does have the faith of the fans, and obviously Michael Carrick at the moment starting over Sesko. I think the games for him, Bournemouth to start in that number 9 position are more in the traditional big games. I think in these sorts of games you have to go with Sesko in the middle. I think what Carrick was probably thinking is, one, you go with Bournemouth was out of position potentially, or you have to have Ahmad in Bournemouth in the team. But in Bournemouth, I'd give him a 5 out of 10 today. He did struggle to get into the game. Heaven, come on, he did an alright job. He's a decent defender. He probably will play the next game if Martinez and De Ligt are not back. But we know the quality of Heaven. He was on for a little bit, so I'd give him an average 6. Sesko as well couldn't get into the game. I'd give him a 6. And Ugarte gets a 6 as well. And then Mount come on in the 90th minute, his first bit of action since 25th of January, I think, against City. Was it 17th of January against City? So yeah, he's had quite a bit of time out for injury, but again, he only had 3 minutes, so 10 minutes. I'd give him a 6 out of 10 for that. Now Michael Carrick, as I said, if we look at the bigger picture, it's 6 wins, 2 draws. 7 wins, 2 draws, 1 loss in 10 games for Michael Carrick at Manchester United, I believe. Yes, it's a draw today, and we dropped 2 points, but it's a valuable point in that Champions League race, and there's tougher games to come up. But again, Bournemouth away is a tricky place to go. I think United should have had a penalty, and we deserve to win the game from the chances that we created. But all in all, you have to, as I said, look at the bigger picture. United get a point, and hopefully that's enough to get us in the Champions League. Man of the match was Bruno Fernandes, in my opinion. Let me know your thoughts.